Hello, hello. Hello. Um. All right. The stream is running. Going to work on cast today again, but in addition to working on cast, the Linksider Demo is now out on Steam. So you should go play it. The demo button is weirdly over here instead of right here. Maybe I need to do something else. I don't know. We need to. I mean, the button is there, but it's weird. In a weird place. Anyway, oh, here's my Steam. What if I search for it here? I mean, the demo can be seen. In the search, this button does nothing. Is the Steam broken? Maybe we did something wrong, I don't know. Alright, anyway. I'm going to work on cast and then look into it later. So what am I going to work on today? Yesterday we were implementing the inference for the contexts, and it's kind of working. Right? Yeah. So what am I going to work on today? The loop variables are still not inferred. This is still not working. I'm not sure if I want to do this today, though. I think I will think about how to do that a little more. So I might go for something simple. How about, in order to make the language usable for something, there are... so like, I should be able to do something with the language, right? Right now we can only print and read lines from std and read some files, I guess, also. But in order to add functionality, the easiest way would be to make the language usable as an embeddable scripting language. So how about we make an example, which would be called embed, and this would be a Rust example, right? So we'll write some Rust code, and we will have some functionality there. Zada Saber, hello, hello. Function main, use, cast, star. What's going on? What's going on where? I'm streaming. I'm making the programming language here. We have the game that is been released, the demo of on Steam. You should wishlist it and maybe play it if you want. So we have this. Then we do cast new, right? Cast new. Okay. And then this is my cast, right? And I will do something like cast dot. So what can we do? I can insert some syntax, pattern match. Enter scope with scope. Some of these should not be public, I think. So what I want is something like evaluate. So we have evaluate file. This will compile the file and evaluate it. I think these things also should be async actually, because when I am embedding this, might want to embed it in the async. I mean, it's not super necessary. Hold on. Let's say that I am making like a Twitch bot, right? So I write the actual connection to Twitch on stream, or like, what is a good example? What's a good example of an embedded programming language? If I look at this, so at the language, let's say Rye, right? Is one of the examples. Embedded scripting for Rust. What would be an example here? Tara Krog. Hello, hello. So we want to be able to register a function, and then we want to be able to evaluate a file. Yes. So that's what we can already do. I cannot really register a function though yet. That's what I should be able to do. I mean, sure. Let's just do literally the same example, right? So I want to evaluate source, because I want to inline this here, I guess. Source code, file name, source code, contents. So source code would be something like calling the function. Evaluate the script expecting a bool result. Some expression result, actually. I can implement the expression result for some things. Let's say that so I want to have a function function foo, which returns an int 32. It will return 69, right? So I want to have the source code, which is going to call the function foo, and this should be the result, which is I32, right? Should be able to evaluate this, and I need to assert that result is equal to 69, right? So obviously the source code caps.eval. There is evaluate expression, evaluate file, which returns a value. Yeah, I'm just wondering what should be the maybe I should have eval source as I32. How about that? That would be nice. Then I don't need this expected type. Evaluate string as, and then I can just pass the source code as in. Ooh, like this. That would be a short example. And then I would need to cast register a function, right? Cast what would be the thing? If I do it literally like here, register function name and then the function, right? Function foo is foo 69, like this. An even smaller example then. Okay. Let's try making this work. Maybe though I will change this a little bit, because technically I want not to inject new variables, but instead I want to register some native functions, I think. So I want to register, maybe register native function is what I want. So this would be not just foo, because foo is a name that we don't know what it means. I will instead say that const foo is native foo, and then I call the foo, right? Like this. Although at the same time, this makes the embedding a little bit more verbose. Maybe we don't want that, and we want directly to inject the thing like this. Maybe. All right, let's see. So we have the natives. These are built-ins. Built-ins are being used. Over here for the native. Stuff. Built-in. What is a built-in? It's this thing. Yeah, okay. Set natives. Let's have a separate struct bill, or I guess natives. I don't think I want these to be called built-ins, because we have two ways that we can do native things. We can set it from cast, or we can set it from Rust. We should have struct natives. And over here we'll just say natives, right? And we'll have something like this. Natives have built-ins, and the set natives, right? Native. Natives. So the only difference is that the natives, they are not necessarily just values. They can be polymorphic values based on the type that I want them to be. That's why this is a function, right? I know why is this a part. But anyway, this should be a mutex, I guess. Maybe a read-write lock. Natives is natives. Does this work? So then I will have a getter or something. App. Mismatch types expected a mutex. Yes, we'll do mutex new. App here, of course. No field built-ins. Okay, so now instead of this, since I'm trying to get a native of this name, they should instead be natives. Natives get by the name. That's what I want. Yes, get natives get by the name. Some value, just return the value. But I want to also pass here the actual type. So we have a type and a name on the native, right? Here's how this interface works. We have natives. I have function get, name, string, and type. And this should return result value, I guess. So then I say something like if let some value is self-set natives, lock unwrap get name, then I return okay value clone. It's always clonable, I guess. So this is a native one. Otherwise, I'm trying to get it from the list of natives. Okay, so self natives, lock unwrap, get name, let some native is this, or else return iRebail no native with name. All right, so now that we have this is a function that needs a type. So we just call this function with the type that is needed, and we return that as a result. Easy as that. I need a semicolon here. Temporary value dropped while borrowing. What's my current edition? My current Rust version. Okay, how about I update my Rust actually? Let's do that. They upgrade yet? Cargo version. All right, Rust 186. Okay, so in addition to that, I'm going to change edition of all of my crates to be 2024. Let me just do edition workspace is true so that I specify it once. instead of multiple times. Edition dot workspace is true. Workspace package edition is 2024. Rust analyzer stop. Yo, Rinks. Thanks for the raid. Hello. How are you guys doing? Dwingle time? Dwingle, dwingle, dwingle. Next to start. Hello. Hello, Rings doesn't work. Squiggly, squiggly. Is there no one else who's playing Ludum Dare games? You guys, I'm not playing Ludum Dare games, but I do have a game. It's over there. It's supposed to be on Steam. Can you guys check that it that it works? It's a little weird. I never released a game on Steam before, but we made a demo available, and like the download demo button is on the side. It's weird. It's small. It's like barely visible. There's only the wishlist button that is huge and green. How do I make this button big? If anyone has released a game. But thank you for the raid. How was the Ludum Dares? Also games. All right, nice. You didn't play one that you didn't want to continue playing or hated? No way. So usually you hate all the games, but this time you didn't play a single one like that? All right, guys. I'm working on a programming language here. I'm not playing games and I'm not making a game. But if you are interested, we're making a programming language, which I will eventually use to be making games. Hopefully. All right. What's the next gem that you're going to do, though, Rinks? You have the plans for more gems now? Or maybe you have a game. Oh, wait, hold on. Rinks released a game. Yeah, Rinks, you know how to release games on Steam, right? Although you just released it, you didn't make a demo, I guess, for the different strokes. You just released it immediately, right? A little different. Why don't ask Brainoid? I actually asked Brainoid. Maybe he'll answer. All right. But wait, Brainoid also doesn't have a demo. Oh, Brainoid's game is an early access. It's not a demo, right? This game is early access. Oh, there's a playtest. So this button is big. That's why, because it's not a demo. Yeah. What do I ask ChatGPT? ChatGPT should know about these things, right? Why is the demo button of my game Steam so tiny and to the side? Can I make it bigger? It's a common frustration. It's not customizable. It usually shows up on the right side under the main add to wishlist or buy now button. Mention the demo in your capsule image. Call it out in your description. Spotlight. Community post. Wait, we cannot do anything about it? I'm pretty sure... I don't know. Usually not that small. Weird. What's my language about? There are some like key features that differentiate it from other languages. Well, we try to have like all the good features from all the other languages and put all of the good features in, so that it doesn't have any bad features and all the good features are in, you know, because none of the like most languages, I mean all of the languages, they are missing something. I mean, there is going to be a feature that our language is also missing, which is being beginner friendly. But other than that, I guess the big features that I can list is one that I can show right now, for example, is extensible syntax. You can do custom syntax in the language, similar to the Lisp macros. We have a similar macro system, but it doesn't look like Lisp, so we have a custom syntax feature. And then there is also the effect system, which is a way to control the side effects. Similar to the like monads from the functional programming languages. If you heard about effect systems is like basically the new fancy way. There is a bunch of languages emerging with the effect systems. But it's basically like same, solving the same problem as the monads, encapsulating the side effects, having the side effects in your type signatures so that you know what can happen. So that's the big one. Am I going to rewrite Linksider in your language? No, not really. Probably, maybe Linksider too. But at the same time, I don't know. Like, Linksider is a weird game. You know, like, I never thought I would make a puzzle game. But, like, we just won a game jam with it, so we decided to make it a full game. Otherwise, I would rather try making a game that is highly replayable. I don't think puzzle games are really too much replayable, right? Because you solve the puzzles once, and then you're done with the game. So, I don't know. I mean, I could see, like, improving Linksider. I mean, we will improve Linksider, but I'm probably not rewriting it into anything else while improving it. Look at my comment. I know the option for the green button, the main game store page options. Click on special settings and below associated demos, there's display demo download button more prominent. Wait, is there literally a thing like this? Hold on, let me check. There's literally a button. Show the demo as bigger button. Literally. You just saw that in a Reddit thread? Okay. Hold on a second. Let me try following these instructions. So you say we go to the dashboard of the store page, special settings. All right, Linksider. Game store page, special settings. There are no special settings here. Maybe edit store page. Edit store page, special settings. Oh, there is a special settings. Okay. Associated demos. Display demo button as more prominent green box above the list of purchases. There you go. It's literally a checkbox. Why is there a checkbox like this? Why is it not the default? What? Save. All right, let's try refreshing the page then. Oh, I need to publish the change. Publish. Let's see. So it should be right over here now, right? Hello, Devninya. Hold on a second. We are working on the Steam page here. There you go. There's the demo button. Nice. Nice. Now it's huge and green. That's good. There's literally a hidden setting for this. Why is this not the default? I don't understand. This Steam's like admin page is, I don't know, it's very bad, I think. Very confusing, very bad. I hate it. There's another little thing that I hate about it. The fact that there is a hidden button there. Alright, let me just tell Davey that I found it. Found it. It's a secret setting, apparently. Alright, Rinks to the rescue. Thank you, Rinks. Okay, back to the language. And speaking about the language and whether we're going to rewrite anything, what I want to do today about the language is I want it to be usable as an embedded scripted language. The language will eventually be compilable. The language right now is interpreted, but I wanted to embed into my Rust application, which means that I don't need to rewrite Linksider fully in cast in my language here, right? I can rewrite part of it in cast, and I can keep most of it still in Rust, right? So we should be able to talk between Rust and cast, so we can make an application that is written in both languages, right? And then eventually we get rid of Rust. Is the plan. That's what I'm doing today. Call the bridge crust. Can you stop this, Rust Analyzer? I thought I stopped you. Rust Analyzer, stop. Yes, stop, please. Alright, so addition is now only specified in this single place for the entire workspace. That's clean because I updated my Rust. 6 GB deleted, easy. Why is there no color? Because it breaks sometimes, I don't know. Okay, so Jan now is the... This is actually kind of a little bit annoying. I've been using the Jan for the ID generators, but this is now a keyword. Nice. Right, let's fix that. Gen. Left TypeScript for that. You can even have keyboards as object keys. Yeah. Yeah, I think we could support that too. It depends. Like some keywords, like because there's a dot here. This can be like, I think this could have been the keyword, right? But if it's when it's standalone, when you declare the well, I mean syntax wise, there is like you don't even expect the keyword there. Like, yeah, it could be parsed. I don't know. Yeah. So we need to have the row identifier here. So if we again dump trying to parse an identifier with a keyword, when a keyword would also be okay. Well, I mean, every language is doing that. A TypeScript maybe is one of the exceptions, no? Is there any other languages than the TypeScript that allows the keywords to be sometimes used as an identifier? Elixir, so there's 2 languages, okay. All right, so this is still the same thing. We are dropping that stuff. Mismatched type. Native get. A native not found. Oh wait, maybe this should return a result optional. Maybe that's what I should do. Yeah. So this returns an option. So this should not bail. This should just return none, and this should return. Okay, some native question mark. I guess return okay none. And this should be okay some. Elixir is also fine for keys in a map literal am. Mismatched types. Expected value found the function. Oh, because these are different natives. Yep, these are different natives. This should be self set natives. Lock unwrap get. Why does this not complain about the lifetime though? This is a reference. I also do the lock and unwrap here. Whatever. So this should be get question mark and then we return optional. Sure. What else? Expect type. This get default number type question mark. Unwrap. This case I will unwrap, I guess. Okay, and then over here set natives. Lock unwrap gets copy cloned. Okay, so we just say interpreter natives get copy. New not inferred. Copy. Yet. Question mark. I don't need to clone it because I already get it there. So this would be an optional value, and then yeah. Yep. That makes sense. So now we have some things that can be simplified. Is some end. Map or false. Is some end. Sure. Map or false is basically is some end is white space. Map or is okay and it's a template. Sure. This one ID is none or empty line, right? And then these two errors. Register function, evaluate string. So now I need to be able to register functions and evaluate, although let's do this later. Let's commit everything but the new example, because I just updated the edition, right? So everything except for this example, update Rust. Okay, and now we do this. Evaluate string as function evaluate file. Okay, so we're making a new function called evaluate string as. So source code is now a string. As type is going to be a type. This will return result. Oh no. This should be evaluate string as. This should be a generic thing, t. So that we should return result t, right? Where t would be a new trait, something like I don't know. Evaluate result. Evaluatable. I don't know. Let's try evaluatable. All right, so we have a trait evaluatable. What do I need for it? Right. So I need to have a function type. Right. What is the type that I'm trying to evaluate? This is a static function which should return type. Right. I guess optional, because we might not know what the type should be. And then I should have so I evaluate as value, right? So from value, maybe value into self. Is this what I want? So for example, I will implement evaluatable for i32, right? The type should be a type int 32, and then from value would be value x. I mean, I don't have this, but into int 32. Question mark. So this should be like potentially. Yeah, let's have a result here in the interface too. One second. Um. Into values. This over here. I want to have a public function into int 32 self result I32 self int 32 value return value, otherwise error, expect error. Value self expected int 32. Daniel Pancake, hello, hello. Okay, not I read result, I guess, but result this and expect error. The size for value self is not, so we need this to be sized. Evaluatables should be sized. No method into int32 found for value. What do you mean? I just literally just implemented it. No? Into int32. Oh, it's for value shape. Yes. All right, let's have value shape here. Maybe that's why I didn't find the method int 32. Oh, there is an expect int 32. There you go. So now I have two methods doing the same thing. I want to rename all of these into like into int32, I guess, instead of expect. How's it going? It's going slowly. But going well. I think I should be able to mix Rust and Cast very soon. My plan today is to make this usable as an embedded scriptable language. Okay, so now from value, change the parameter here. Yeah, so this should be value shape because I mean, no, it's not necessary to do this. We just say that we expect a value, but this should be inferred, right? Into inferred, yeah, because this must be inferred. This must be inferred, and inferred thing must be the int32. There you go. That's what we want, or the i32 specifically. Okay, and then over here, when I evaluate string as this, I want to say self evaluate source. Source is going to be a source, where contents is source. File name is source. Expected type is going to be t type. Evaluate source. This is going to give me a value. By the way, Kuvi, I found a new thing to hate on. What is it? Okay, anyway, so we want to have a value here. And then we convert that value into the evaluatable, right? So t from value. Yep. Okay, question mark. No. Evaluating the source also should have a question mark. The Golang network stack, it doesn't matter for them if you need a little big endiness. It's always giving you the same value. What do you mean? It always gives you the same value. It doesn't matter if you need a little big endiness. So, I mean, the network stack uses specific endiness. What do you mean they don't take endiness of the current platform? Because the network is using like whatever your protocol is specifying. right? Which I think usually the network uses the big endianness. Like they have the binary utility package, but it doesn't do anything. So they just convert the things as is. Yeah, I guess. I was working with like endianness a while back. I was actually wondering if I should support different endianness because I don't know how many devices are there that are actually big endian. Is there a lot of devices like that? Because it just adds some overhead, kind of. The binary package supports endianness, but it doesn't take it into account. Okay. You can file an issue, I guess. You should probably fix it. Down, 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 down. All right, register a function now. How do I register a function? How do I register a function? Public function, register function. Name, string. Function, ample fn. Well, there are different functions that we might want, but I guess let's just do the fn. Fn argument into result. So we have two generic things, A and R, where they both are something. Self scopes. How do I insert something? Add local. Scopes compiler insert symbol name value. Why is this inserting in the compiler scope and not in the interpreter scope? Because it's like constant, I guess. Yeah, I guess it is like a constant in that case, if I insert it from the Rust side. Add local symbol would be symbol new. But this, like, yeah, I need to have this thing, right? Oh, that's why it's in the compiler scope. Okay, maybe symbol new name, and then the value. So I need to convert this thing into the value is the important thing. So so value would be a value shape. It should be a native function then, I guess. Right? So what should be a native function? Native function. Native functions have names. Name into. We should have the implementation and we should have the type. Implementation. Park. What is this? Park Dean FN. Arc. New. The function. Move. Cast. Is it mutable cast there? No, adjust everything by value. Okay, sure. Cast. The function type. And argument. Value. And this should return IRE result value, right? That's what we do, and then we do into. std sync arc into. How do I do this usually? Oh, I see. So I need to. Okay, I understand. Would you do this as std sync arc native function ample dot into. Yes, that's right. All right, the function type. The function type would be function type where argument is a type unwrap or else type new not inferred name argument. So A is also going to be like evaluatable or what? What do I do? Evaluatable? Evaluatable? Maybe I should call it not evaluatable, but something like, I don't know, something like that is like Rust FFI maybe? Or I don't know. Rusty. Let's call it Rusty. I don't know what's the good name for it though. Result would be R type unwrap or else type new not inferred mat name result. Like this, and then contexts, I guess, I don't know. Contexts, new, not inferred. Know about the context, probably. Use parentheses to call this associated function. Course. All right, and then the implementation itself here would be calling function f with the argument. So I need to be able to convert argument from value, right? So a from value argument. That's the result. And then I need to do this into value, right? And then I return OK. Into value. Okay, I think that's it. So Rusty trade should have from value and to into value. Self value. So for I32, this would be just value shape int32 self.into. Okay, and then this function can be sent between threads safely. So for registering functions, this function must be sync and send to, right? That's what we need. Expected closure to return pin box, but returns result. Oh, because this can be async, of course. Of course. We support async there. So I just say async move this dot boxed. Even though there is no async here. Closure is fn once because it moves the variable f. Oh wait, so I need to well, I mean, yeah, it does move the variable f. So this should be impl fn. Like I need to clone it. Let f be arc std sync arc new f. F is f clone. Is that what I do? Can I do this without the moving, maybe? Lifetime may not live long enough. Closure implements fn, so references to the captured variables cannot exploit the closure. The parameter this might not live long enough. Must be valid for the static lifetime. So this should also be static. We only support the static ones there. Lifetime may not live long enough. Return type of closure is pinbox. Yeah, this must be a move, I'm pretty sure. But since it's moving, I need to say f is f.clone. Alright, so this compiles. Function type in this case is not used, casted not used, that's totally fine. Alright, so if I now cargo run example embed, let's try this. So we have this example. I've cast as embedded language, right? So we register a function that is defined in Rust. This should have an argument though, argument of type unit, I guess. That's what it should be, yes. Should take a unit as an argument, because all of the functions take an argument. I mean, yeah, I guess this is the easiest way of doing this for now. So I just need to implement the Rusty trait for a unit function type would be some type shape unit function from value is going to be okay, value into inferred to unit, and function into value would be value shape unit. All right, does this work? It worked. Okay, it actually does work. Amazing. So I can call friend who has been called, right? I run it. It says who has been called. So I'm calling the function from the code, which is the cast code. Nice. In order to make this easier, never mind. Never mind. I thought that I could like automatically convert multiple arguments into like a tuple type. I think it's not necessary. We just always take a single argument. That's fine. Okay. All right. So if I do something like this, does it mean that I can make a game with cast by using a game engine in Rust and exporting the functions for rendering, for example? Maybe. But I would need to rename this. Rename to. See. Let's just implement this for more types, I guess. So we have a unit type. We have I32. I could have a boolean. That would be boolean. This would be into bool. Value bool. I32, and then we can in 64 the same way we could load 64. This is F. Consider the reference in the type. Oh, because this is ordered float. Okay, okay, of course. Of course. I'm doing ordered floats. I mean, I can kind of do the F64, but it will just panic, I guess. The same thing, but then I say into. So and this would be ordered float. Oh wait, it's ordered float. It's not. It doesn't even panic, so it doesn't matter really. Yeah, it literally doesn't matter. Okay. Unit bool in 32 and 64. Character string. R. String. To have as-ter, but I also want to be able to do into string. Take self. All right. Then what? We have lists. So vex, I guess. Vec of a T, where T is also rusty. Right? So type would be optional type. Some type shape list of the type unwrap or else type new not inferred back into from value would be into inferred into a list. So into list returns a list value, and then I have the values, right? And then we have dot values, and then I say dot into iterator, and then map map element. So each element we convert into t from value element. So we just map using t from element from value. Then I collect into a result vec into a result basically. And then I do question mark. That should work. Okay, and if I want to convert this list into value, then I say value list value element type would be t type or else convert values is so this is a vector of values, so we just say self into iterator map t into value collect. Expected values. Oh, and then we can that into. There you go. Okay. Nice. What else? Then we have variant types. Yeah, optionals are, I don't know how we do those. Tuples, functions, templates, macros, multiset, context, AST type. Hash map. Let's just have what we have for now. Maybe in this example, I can have a function like, let's just say sum all. How about this? Function sum all ints. This will be a function that takes a list, which is a vec of I64s. Let's say I64s, and this returns I64. You know, how about that? Just to test this. So this would be v into iter sum, right? Just like that. So I evaluate as an I64 sum all ints using list of a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and this should return 15. Right? It's a little bit more complex example, but not too complex still. So this works. This works. All right. All right, what do I do next? So what's missing here? Anything is missing, even? So what if I just try to rewrite my Twitch chat bot with cast? Is that going to work? How about this? We have a Twitch bot, and I can have as a dependency cast it cast. So update this. I have nightly rust here. Why do I need nightly rust? Because I used the Rust analyzer from the nightly here. That's what I was doing. Okay, well, whatever. Or let's have nightly too. Why is this not working again? Oh, pull. I need to pull something. It was changed apparently. Update, Flake, update. Seven gigabytes, nice. We'll just select a version for the concurrent queue, which satisfies dependency and sync executor, which could resolve a conflict. Because I need a do I just do cargo update though? I think I just do cargo update. Download 200 crates, nice. The function or associated item new exists for struct Helix client, but its trade bounds were not satisfied. Doesn't satisfy it. Request client is HTTP client. The following trade bounds were not satisfied. Request client is not HTTP client. Because request that we have now, request, we have request 011. Maybe I just need to update in the cargo toml request this. What is the other one? Because Twitch API here, well, I was also using the release candidate. Rates IO. Twitch API 072. I think I can just use that one. Let's just say 07. Can I just say cargo outdated? Cargo install cargo outdated. Let's update this thing. So I think it's just the request We have 012 and 011. Yeah. So I just need over here to say 012 and that's it. Probably. I can now just install it. Wait, is it in Nix? Nix? Search. Cargo outdated. There is it, yeah. Yeah, maybe I should just do that. Nix run, Nix packages, cargo outdated. Outdated. All right. Although it would be nice if it only outputted outdated help. How do the dependency chain to search? I think I need depth 0. Can I do depth 0? Or should it be depth 1? Probably depth 1. Yeah, there we go. Did anything, everything. Zero 15. Viper. Viper is version 1 already. Okay. Here's version 6. Brand 09. TMI 09. What is the Spirits network? Cargo check. I feel like I need a feature maybe for Twitch API to support request maybe. Let's take a look. Docs, Twitch API. Feature, yes, this is the feature. Maybe request. Yes, I did see request in the features. Enables a request for HTTP client. That's literally what I need to do. Twitch API features all. Wait, I do have the feature request. Huh? I do have a request feature. And then you say that request client is not implementing HTTP client. That's literally what they are. HTTP client implementers are Request enables request for HTTP client. That's literally the error that I have, that the HTTP client is not implemented for request client. Hello? Simple client should be implemented for HTTP client. For request client, huh? Hello? Source. Request. Request impl is a separate thing, so let's look there. Source. Client. Request impl. Impl client. Or request client, which is a request client. Oh, it's only available in nightly? No. In nightly we have the documentation. Yeah, okay. We have a impl client for request client. I don't understand. Maybe this is a different version of request. It would say so though, right? Request. No, we still have two requests. I still have request 011. So maybe they still use, yeah, Twitch bot. Oh, wait a second. Twitch bot over here. This thing is also not updated. Yeah, okay. I have two crates here. That makes sense. Is this the same set of dependencies? How about I say workspace? Workspace dependencies, is that how you do it? Right? Can I do that? And then workspace is true. Like this. And the same thing over here. I don't know if there is this looks just like a copy pasta. So yeah, I think this should work. Alright. So now we have different errors, okay. Maybe I should not have updated at all. Alright, so now the Twitch bot. We don't have distributions in rand anymore. Alright, let's remove the dependency on cast for now. I just want to update the dependencies first, since I started already. Oh, and hyper is also different. Should not have updated that. I can revert, of course, but use of deprecated thread RNG. Use rand RNG instead. Okay, sure. Red RNG is just RNG now. Rand distribution. Alphanumeric. Qualify. Oh, it's just dister. I see. It's not distribution. It's just dister now. Okay, that's what they changed. Like, really? Body. Hyper. Qualify. Hyper body. Sure. Hyper body. Oh wait, body is now a trait. It was not a trait before. Now I need to know how hyper should work. Server connection API. HTTP 2. All right, fine. I will research what changed. Hyper. Rust. Let's take a look. Guides. No, I want to see what changed. Repository. This is Hyper 1, so like it's good knowing it, I guess. Change log. It's been a while. What was there before? 014. Is that what I was using? I'm not sure. Service. HTTP server connections. Okay, so what do we have here? HTTP service. Context. The context of an asynchronous task. Duration. Connection. Serve connection. Maybe I should look for this. Docs hyper serve connection. Yes, it's a builder. Okay. Okay, so I need an HTTP 2 builder. Although previously we had the thing which had both HTTP 1 and HTTP 2, but now we have only HTTP 2, right? Unless there is HTTP 2. No. They are now separate. Probably makes sense. So we just say keep alive interval none, right? Yes. And then we say serve connection. So, and then this says tracebound TCP stream hyper read is not satisfied. Tokyo network stream right is not satisfied. Hyperutil RT Tokyo IO. So I need to wrap it in the Tokyo IO, right? So stream here is a TCP stream from Tokyo, but I should say stream is hyper runtime runtime Tokyo. Wait, where is it? What? Oh, it's hyperutil. Okay, do I have hyperutil? Hyperutil. Utilities for working with hyper. runtime utilities, Tokyo, which is a feature, Tokyo IO, sure, Hyper, util, workspace is true, Cargo here, Hyper util, gen is 0.1. Yours is Tokyo. Hello? Rust analyzer restart. Can you restart maybe and you will work then? Um stream is hyper. There is no crates. It doesn't auto complete any crates. Maybe I have something wrong. Cargo check. Yes, that's why. Because because I did hyper util somewhere. Hyper underscore util is what I need. Perhaps you meant... Wait, hold on. But this over here says... Oh, I see. Over here is underscore, and over here we have a dash. I hate this. It's actually a dashed one. That makes sense. All right. Hyper... Hyper util rt Tokyo IO. A wrapper that implements Tokyo's IO traits for an inner type that implements Hyper's IO traits, or vice versa. So I have Tokyo IO of this new, I guess, with the stream, and that's my stream. Right? Because now it implements the Tokyo, the Hyper. All right, and then here this says expected one argument, found 0. What's the argument? The argument is exec. HTTP server can exec. HTTP2. Is this server or client? It's a server one. Builder. Create a new connection builder. This starts with the default options and an executor, which is a type that implements this trait. All right, so what is this trait? An executor to spawn HTTP2 connections. This trait is implemented for any type that implements executor trait for any future. Oh, it's like the Tokyo executor or something. Is that it? What implements the executor trait? Tokyo executor. There you go. Yeah, it's a way to spawn the futures because it's no longer tied to Tokyo, the hyper. Okay, and so that's what you do. Okay, that's I see. I see. Place the future into the executor to be ran. That makes sense. Maybe this is in the Tokyo util. Tokyo executor. It's literally here, right? So I just yeah, future executor that utilizes Tokyo threads. That's literally what I need to do. So the one that spawns the threads, is a hyper util RT Tokyo executor. That's what I need. Cannot create a non-exhaustive new. Yes, okay, there we go. Right, then what is the body here? Cannot find type body in the scope. Maybe where was the body coming from before? I don't know, from hyper, I guess. Maybe hyper HTTP. No, there's only a trait, right? There is a request body. Service. Let's find here body. Hyper body. Streaming bodies with request and response. Both clients and servers request and response use streaming bodies instead of complete buffering. This allows the application to not use memory they don't need. The body trait describes all possible bodies. The incoming concrete type, which is an implementation of body, the returned by hyper receive stream. So for server and client responses. Okay, so we have incoming now, right? So it's a request hyper body incoming. That's what I want. Hyper body incoming, and then no, hold on. Hyper response new takes body T. This can be directly the string now. You may now close this tab, I guess. Now what is this? Stir body is not satisfied. Wait, what? Hyper response new body is T. T is reference to stir. So in order for this service to work, I need because service FN to implement HTTP service, because it returns a response of stir. Okay. So even although they show this in the examples, it doesn't really work because this needs to be a body, right? Because response new doesn't require T to be a body. Okay. But we need something that implements the body. So body is implemented for string. I just needed this to be owned, which kind of makes sense. To owned. And that's it. Okay. Nice. And now we have this thing here. TMI. Did you mean channel refer to directly? TMI. Channel parse. Join all. TMI is unknown. TMI client. No function connect with. TMI client. There is no thing. Okay. Because I need a builder. Because there is a config. Config doesn't have the new method anymore. We instead maybe do TMI client. We have a builder. And then in the builder we have credentials, which is the credentials from over here, I guess. And then we say timeout is default. And then we say connect. There it is. I guess that's it. Dot await, dot expect. Maybe that's all that I need. And so this is my TMI. TMI client. So TMI join all says channels, where channels is as refster. Each channel must be a valid name prefixed by a hash. So it's no longer a channel, right? It's literally just this. Just a string. So I can, I mean, this has been used in other places, I guess. TMI needs to be mutable, makes sense. Cannot find function RNG. So this is because it was a thread RNG before. And RNG. Let's not even import this. Okay, and then this, there is a method message ID with a similar name. Why is this not a code action to change this to the suggested one, actually? This is weird. But we just need a message ID instead of message ID. Right? That's all you want. That's not all you want. Okay. Must analyzer. Can you leave, please? There's something really wrong with the Rust analyzer here. All right, trade bound option stir as ref stir is not satisfied because TTV reply, because message ID is optional. The message ID tag representing the type of the message. Wait, this is different. Okay, so what do I reply to? Reply to as ref stir. This is worse API than before then, because this is less typed. Oh wait, this is mine. This is my API. Send. Message. T. T string option string. Reply to, which is a message ID. Reply. So message ID is optional string representing type of message. Example, message ID is gigantified emote message. Wait, why is message ID representing type of message? Why is it not called message type? ID, that's what I need. That makes sense. Replace, no. No. Use is none or, yes. Cargo clippy. So we now actually work. Cargo run. Would be so happy when you self-host your language. Rust makes me slam my desk once per day. I don't know. I mean, it's not that bad. Have you tried other languages? You did, right? Mm. Mm-hmm. Missing field access token. Wait, hold on. So you're saying that the it's mostly borrow checker? Mm, yeah, yeah. I mean that's true, but like I don't know. Like there are crates in Rust that you can use. Like I'm using a lot of like for my language. I'm doing a lot of arcing basically, right? Sometimes it's even an arc mutex. So I don't have a lot of lifetime things going on. But you only use vectors and arena allocators. Just so that it's faster. But like, yeah, I think that's just like, I don't know. I don't know if it's the wrong way to do it, right? But I'm not doing that because I don't care about performance too much. Like you want eventually to self-host the language anyway, right? So like, why do you care so much about the current implementation being like very fast? I don't know. I think arc mutexing everything is fine. Um, Arena allocators and vectors. So you use IDs actually instead of references. You probably should use like generational arenas, not just vectors, right? You're forced to use IDs for many things, but arrays of things are already allocated. So that, yeah, that's what I'm not doing. I'm not doing IDs. I'm instead holding the reference directly, but it's an arc. It's a reference counted reference instead. Using field access token. So as far as I understand, I'm connecting to Twitch, and Twitch is replying with me something that doesn't have the access token, right? Is that correct? In the authentication, line 114 over here. So I'm trying to refresh my token by sending the request here. Send await JSON await. Maybe it says an error, and because there is an error, that's why, right? Let's say response. Response is this. Can I like, I don't know, dbg response or something? How much this game in Steam? It's not released fully yet. I only have the demo out, so the demo is free. I'm not sure when the actual release is going to happen. All right, there we go. So the status is actually 400. I feel like that's what was missing here. I was, yeah, like response dot status. Wait, what is this? Error for status? Turn a response into an error if the server returned an error. Yes. Wait, this is very good. That's what I need. Await dot error for status. Question mark. So this will just say that invalid credentials or whatever is the 400, right? Token invalid, refreshing. There you go. I mean, yeah, token is invalid. I'm trying to refreshing it. Bad request. So why is this bad request? Because my token has expired probably, right? So it's yeah, that's probably why. So we have secret tokens, which I probably maybe I want to delete this. Remove. Secret tokens. Sure, let's try removing the tokens. And it will say this. Okay. So now this say prepare login and it's a Scooby bot. I want this to be opened as Scooby bot. Authorize. Connection was reset. That is wrong. Unspecified protocol error detected. Wait, what? What is this? HTTP2 error? Is this because it's an HTTP1 maybe? Unspecified protocol detected. Source auth 12162. No keep alive. So yeah. Over here, I was previously accepting both HTTP1 and HTTP2. HTTP1 builder. New. Let's try HTTP1. How can I have the one that is accepting both? Maybe that's the problem. Keep alive. False. That's what I want, right? Login as bot again. In this link. Authorize. Yeah, with HTTP1 this works, okay. And then we log in as Boy. Okay, because I'm trying to log into Boy. The man. I mean, sure. Let's go to Boy. Authorize. Right. So here's my bot successfully connected. Let's go to Boy. Chat. How to have the chat only here? Where's the button? Get the pop-out chat. Pop-out chat, there you go. Hello, I'm a bot. So this is the bot that I was connected, right? And if I say, if I now say something, bot toml, we have push-ups here, right? Lurk. Yeah, I guess I can do something like lurk. Lurk mode activated. Unlurk. Deactivated. All right, that works. So the bot is working now. Now we can do the actual stuff. I'll just say that this is updated, right? This is me. Update dependencies. Unless something is still like outdated. Is anything still outdated? L dependency is up to date. Nice. What if I do for the infinite depth? How far away is your language from self-hosting, by the way, Zaka? Is it close? Only generics left? And then I mean only generics left, and then you need to like start rewriting, right? Is this running forever? Hello? Can you not run forever? Cargo check. I mean, I guess it's checking everything. All right, whatever. I think it's all fine. All right, so now that we have updated the code, what we want to try is we want to try to make the bot work by embedding the cast language in it, right? So one of the dependencies is going to be cast it https github cast lang cast. Do this. So basically all I want is for it to handle the messages, right? For example, so let's say that I have cast is cast let's just do this cast new unwrap, right? Let's try that. Does this work? Cargo run. Because this needs to parse the standard library already. Is the standard library embedded in my library? I think it should be. Okay, so we connected. The bot says hello, right? Nice. Let's have this here as a floating window. Why not? So I can see what's happening in that chat. I mean, maybe not as floating. Let's make it like this. Can I clear chat? Clear chat. Clear chat for non-moderators. Wait, can I just clear it for myself though? Can you clear it for yourself when you are in chat? I guess not. All right, anyway, so I want to say hello from cast or something, right? So I'm going to have the source here saying that bot.ks, this is the cast code, right? This is the cast code. So I will want to say cast dot evaluate the file, which is going to be source bot ks, right? Evaluate the file. Unwrap. I don't know. So this will just evaluate the source code. And this file should, I think this file should give me the function. So this is the bot, the cast bot, I guess. So then whenever I receive a message, I want to call this function, right? So I think this should just return the bot, right? Where bot would be a function that takes a string and returns So like I could return optional string, right? Whether or not we want to reply, basically, and that's it. That's the simplest bot. All it can do is optionally reply to messages, right? So I get message, then I do something. I just say that I return none for now. Okay, so cast bot is this. So this is the message text. I'm trimming it, sure. So yeah, let's say this cast bot. So I say cast dot. I need to call. Yeah, there we go. I need to call the this function with the argument. We're doing bot stuff in cast. Well, I'm trying to. Yes, Bigorly, hello. Hello. So we say cast call, cast bot clone, and what's the argument? The argument is going to be cast value string, value shape string with message to owned, I guess. Dot into. I think call though is the async. Yes, call is async, but we are inside async. So I'm wondering if async cast is working with async this. I'm not sure, but let's try awaiting this. So this this I'm going to match that. If there is an error, e, let's just say log error e. How about that? But if it's okay, this should say reply, right? So reply is going to be a value. So I would try reply into inferred into string, I guess. Maybe I should do this dot and then apply that. Because then reply is going to be just a string, right? And then I will just say ttv dot reply. And I will say here what? Just let's call this reply to message ID. I don't know. Or so this is the reply text. Reply. This would be reply to message ID, and this over here is reply text. Reply text as a ref stir. Yeah. Okay, that makes sense. So this actually compiles. This actually compiles. Let's see if this works. Cargo run. I mean, okay. Let's by but let's say something here. Let's say that if message is equal to cast, then I will return from here some hello from cast. Let's do this. It's not going to work because this returns optional, right? I over here assuming that's a different one. Hold on. It's attached to Cuvie Boy, not Cuvie Man. So this is supposed to, yeah, expected type string got reference to string, by the way. Cuvie board, expected type string got reference to string. Yeah, so I guess this should take string by ownership. I probably can do like the hot reloading here of the cast source code. Cast. So this says, yeah, this says that some hello from cast is not a string, right? I expected this to be a string, but this is an optional, which is a variant. So we should dot call over here. This should be not a string. This should be into. There is as variant. Sure, as variant. Okay, as variant. I need to have an into variant though. Let's have into variant. Function as variant. And have similar one. But saying into variant, which is taking self by ownership like this. To variant. Cargo update. Just. So into variant should be there now. So now, yeah, Rust analyzer restart. Seems like is needed. Or maybe it was just, yeah, I should have just resaved the file. Maybe. It's fine. Do the indexing from scratch. So reply text now. Reply text now is a variant value, right? It's a variant value, so I should say reply reply dot. Let's just say something like this. Let run cast bot. It's going to be a closure like this, which returns IRE result. Optional string, right? That's what I want. Yeah, that's what I want. So we're going to say this cast call, right? This is a reply is cast call await. So I'm going to match here the run cast bot. Right, so then we say reply into inferred into variant. Right, and then I say reply. Oh, await is only used inside here. Oh, we have async closures though now, right, in this Rust. So I need to do this dot await. There you go. This one is optional. So I say if let some reply text is reply text, then we actually do the reply. This should be reply. Okay, and then since this is a variant, reply dot name. If it is some, I guess that's how I do it. reply name is equal to sum. That's how I convert it, because it's not a built-in. Otherwise we return none, and in this case we return sum reply, where reply would be reply value okay, or I cast return cast returned with no value. That's not supposed to happen. We have the value now, which is an owned place. I need to read it. Reply dot take value into value. There we go. Okay. Maybe some of this could be done simpler if I have some like helper methods in the cast as a library. Question mark operator can only be used on options, not results. In an async closure that returns option. Wait, call returns IRE result. What? Question mark operator can only be used on options, not results. Mismatch types. Oh, yeah, that's right, because this should be question mark. No, there should not be a question mark. This returns the result option. Hello? Oh, because I need an okay. I need an okay, of course. Mismatch types. Expected async closure body. String, but found the value. Yeah, because this is a value, right? So I need to say into value dot into inferred dot into string. There we go. Now that's the final thing. Let's run. It's going to work. It's going to work. You're too early, Pigorli. It's compiling the Rust for now. But now, since I'm going to be writing the bot in cast, I don't need to recompile it anymore. It's going to be interpreted. There you go, the bot is here. Cast. Hello from cast. There you go. It worked. This worked. Okay. I cast. Alright. So now we can just write some code here, which can reply to Pigorli. Right? Yeah. So for now, I can just do an if else. I think one of the things that I cannot write right now is if else and then else if. Message is equal Pigorli. It's supposed to be a lowercase Pigorli. Do you see the code on the screen? A lowercase. This doesn't work. Yes, because it can't finish parsing here. I actually need these parentheses now. You're testing for me? Thank you. I forget that I need the then keyword in my language. This should be a double equal also. That's why. Maybe I should like parse the cast code and then try to connect to Twitch. Language writer doesn't know his own syntax. Indeed. Igorly. Part. There you go. Beautiful, right? Perfect. There we go. The language is actually usable. We can do something. We can do at least the simple text commands. I cannot match on strings right now, so this would be better with like a match instead of an if else. If else requiring parentheses. I mean else if over here requires parentheses should be fixed. Other than that, I can do anything here. Let's have a counter. Let's have a counter. Let's have a counter. Let counter is 0, right? So can I just say here? I mean, I guess I can like I also don't have the early returns, but I can do unwindable block, which is going to be called you know let's call this exit. Unwind exit. So like, let me see here. In the end, I will return none. And then I say that if message is cast, then I unwind exit with some hello from cast, I guess. I don't know if this syntax works. Let's see. Then if this, then I unwind exit like that. That's basically the early return. Yeah, let's move the initialization of cast over here into the very beginning. In case I have syntax error, I should know about it immediately. Can't finish parsing unwind. Expected a value. Wait, what do you mean? Maybe this is needed actually. Number literal type could not be inferred. Yes, this cannot infer the type right now, so we need to say that this is an int 32. All right. Okay. And then let's say something like this: if message is equal to increment, then we say counter plus equal 1, unwind exit some That's already happened. C++ designers don't know their language as well as they think they do. All right, here, like the missing feature actually in the language is the string interpolation, or like some way. Can I even convert integers to strings right now? I think I should be able to, but I'm not sure. Let's see. What do I have in my standard library? Like I can convert strings to integers, but I should have, similar to the parse trait, I should have the toString trait, I guess, at least. And then like combining strings together would be nice. That's something that I don't have. I can do a DBG. Although this DBG specifically writes it to the output. Don't panic. I can do a native DBG though, that will give me a string value. Yeah, I guess I can do that for now. So let's do this some native DBG counter. Right? So it's just going to reply to you with the current value of the counter. So let's do increase and decrease. This would be negative equal 1, which also should work, I think, right? Okay, so I say increase, exclamation mark, and it's now equal to 1. Nice. Increase again, now it's equal to 2. Decrease, now it's back to 1. All right, there we go. We have some state in the bot this way too. Very nice, very nice. So, I mean, we just need to add more things. Working with strings. String interpolation. Early returns, so that I don't need to do this. This should be like automated inside something. Like every function should have an implicit unwindable like return. So when if I use a return keyword, then it should go there. Exit the function. Actually, should return exit the functions. Like because I have different syntax for closures and for functions, I can have a return from the outer function. Technically, if I do a closure without that, you know. What do we want now? I mean, this is a good example. Cast. Now we have cast in the bot. Linksider is out, no way. Yeah. And also I just did some cast in my Twitch bot. We can do some cast in Linksider too, potentially. So we can use cast as an embeddable script in language, Nerdsoul. So we can. I think this is the way. Before actually implementing everything in cast, we do partial implementation of things in cast and partial in Rust, right? So that I can make a game where, so like we basically use Gang still, right, to make games, but we we write all the game logic and and we expose some rendering functions to cast basically, and then slowly we like rewrite everything. It was about to ask. What was you about to ask? The king. That you're doing cast as a scripting language. Yeah, I mean, I want to support all of the use cases. We wanted this as a scripting language, interpreter language, like standalone scripting language, embedded scripting language. We wanted to be as compiled eventually too, right? This already should work on the web too. Like you should be able to compile cast for the web because that's how the playground, like technically playground is literally doing the same thing. Play cast lang, right? This works already, so you should be able to use it eventually. I think it's actually not that difficult to compile it once like we start doing it. I just don't think that I have all the features yet. I mean, if I can try compiling. I can try starting compiling. Should I try compiling to native targets immediately, or like my original plan was going for JavaScript? But if we can embed the thing in Rust, then I don't really need to compile it to JavaScript, right? Really, because I can already make it work by like embedding cast interpreter in Rust code and then compile that to the WebAssembly. So I don't really need the thing. Interpreter is fine for now. So like there is an upside though to actually having a compiler. Yeah, like the sunset. There is 3 different backgrounds: the day, dusk, and night, I guess. Yeah, so like if I try compiling to a native target with like crane lift or LLVM with one of those, the good thing is that like since I want the language to be eventually targeting native systems, right? Like it will prevent me like I need to guarantee that I can specify the low level details in the language, right? Because otherwise adding low level details later may be like difficult. If I only work on high level features. For users of CraneLift, the API recommendation for the main crate is this. Auxiliary helpers. CraneLift front end. CraneLift WASM. Can I use CraneLift in the WASM on the web? Like, I can also make the interpreter. Depends on your goals, but LLVM will produce assembly that tends to be less secure than what is acceptable. What do you mean? I mean, it depends on the language. Like the safety mechanisms are supposed to be in the language. So like if I use the LLVM properly, also like if we talk about safety, then that's also why CraneLift is better. I think crane lift. Do they even have undefined behavior? Their intermediate representation does not have any undefined behavior by design, right? So yeah, that's why I think crane lift might be better. It's not like because I expect myself to be writing some buggy code, right? And then LLVM can be done later because LLVM will produce like faster code a little bit, but it doesn't really matter too much. So CraneLab generates codes is 2% slower than V8 and 4. Okay, it's 40% slower than the LLVM. Is what they say here. So that's the difference between LLVM and CraneLift. They are actually going to give me zeroed memory and like there is no undefined behavior. And also it's relatively simple. They explicitly avoided features such as advanced alias analysis. Speed doesn't matter, copium. Well, I mean, speed matters, but not that much, at least to me. If this allows me to have the much simpler implementation than LLVM, then I should use this. LVM Rust. Rates. LVM. There is a rusty version of this of that, right? I think LLVM itself. Oh no, it is a safe wrapper for LLVM bindings. But this is version 001 over 9 years ago. I think that's not the correct one to use. LLVM sys dependence. Inkwell. Inkwell aims to help to pen your own programming languages by safely wrapping LLVM. That's what I want. If I go the LLVM. LLVM low is slower to compile, so like there's that also. Right? Crane lift is good because if I want to compile faster, if its speed is going to be good enough for me, then I don't know. I feel like crane lift is a better choice. Crane lift should also have the JIT, I think. Crane lift. There a tutorial. Why is the repository if for wasm time? Oh, so crane lift is just living in wasm time. Documentation. Compare LLVM. And cross compile by default. Crane lift type system as a subset LLVM type system. Instruction set. Crane lift instructions. I don't know. So crane lift documentation is not very good, is that right? Something about the intermediate representation index. Crane lift documentation. Crane lift intermediate representation. Testing crane lift. Crane lift compared to LLVM. Crane lift crate documentation. Crane lift JIT. This crate provides JIT backend from crane lift module, which emits code and data into memory. LVM docs are pretty bad too. It needlessly talks to you like you're a complete idiot. Here's an example project which shows how to use some of the features of the crane lift JIT. Here's a simple example that JIT compiles a toy language using crane lift. This is the new JIT interface in development here. JIT takes care of managing a symbol table, allocating memory, and performing reallocations, offering a relatively simple API. Here is our first example in the toy language, function foo ABC. So these are all integers, I think, right? Tag parser, custom AST, like this, of course. So we just create the new JIT. JIT class is defined here and contains several fields. Builder context, crane lift uses this to reuse dynamic allocations between compiling multiple functions. Context is the main context object for compiling functions. Data descriptions, similar to context, but for compiling data sections, module. Before we go any further, let's talk about the underlying model here. The module class divides the world into two kinds of things, functions and data objects. So basically, when we are in the low-level world, like crane lift, and I guess LLVM is the similar, we only have like functions and objects, right? Both function and objects have names, can be imported in the module. There's also modules. Both functions can contain references to other functions and data objects. Crane lift is designed to allow the low-level parts operate on each function and data object independently, so each function and data object maintains its own individual namespace of imported names. The module struct takes care of maintaining a set of declarations for user class. Once we initialize, we can use the JIT to compile some functions. Maybe I should just see the code. There's not a lot of code here, I would assume. Just less than 500 lines, yeah. So I want to compile a string, which means that I parse, translate AST into crane lift intermediate representation, and then I declare a function. So I guess the most important thing here is just to translate to crane lift intermediate representation, and that's it, right? So that's what I need. I just need to be able to translate my stuff into crane lift. It should be easy. Why didn't you make the announcement about Linksider on the Discord server? Yeah, I should. I just there was a problem with the button on the Steam, but it's fixed now. Let's do announcement. The demo is out on Steam. Just like that. Airclub, hello, hello. Mm -hmm. Mm -hmm. Like, how do I find my thing? How do I find streams? News. How to use the Discord. Publish. This message will be sent to all servers following this channel. Of course. But I was not following this channel. Shit. There we go. Now we have the announcement. All right. I don't think I'm going to work today on the crane lift, but I'll think if maybe this could be one of the things that we can work on. I mean, there's a lot of things that could be worked on always. I don't know. Maybe I should just maybe we just should be done for today. The embedded cast is working. I just need to add more features and more stuff in the standard library. So yeah. Thank you guys for watching. Let's just end it here.
Types in here. Come on.
See you next time. Which I'm not sure when it's going to be. I'll probably be busy next week. So maybe like in a week.